just believe that you can do whatever you want to do. There's going to be so many obstacles in your life anyway that you should never be in your own way. Like, don't stand in the way of yourself. Believe in what you want. And if you really want it, as long as you're putting the right energy into it, you'll get the right thing out of it. Hi, my name is Naomi Schiff, and I'm here with Barber International Unlocked to talk about me.
How did it all begin with you?
I was always very competitive as a young child, always participating in loads of different sports, whether it was judo, athletics, swimming. And when I was about 11 years old, I was invited to an indoor go-karting birthday party. And that's where I fell in love with motorsport as a whole. Within a year's time, I was already on track racing. Since then, I raced loads of different categories, Formula, GT, you name it. I've probably raced it.
What made you transition from racing to punditry?
It wasn't a choice. I don't have any regrets, right? I absolutely love what I do. But at the time, I was sort of forced into re-identifying myself. COVID helped me make that decision. It was a time in, I think, everyone's lives where we didn't know what was next, right? You didn't know whether we would ever be free again. So a lot of thinking happened, and I knew that I wouldn't be in a race seat that year, and probably not the next year either. I was very lucky that I was asked by the championship that I had raced in to be a part of their broadcast team as an analyst. And even if at the time it wasn't plan B, C or D, like I'd never thought of that plan, I absolutely love where I am today. When I think of my role as a pundit, whilst you look at the environment, and motorsport is today still very male dominated, I have my license to play. Like, I was racing from the time I was 11 until I was 27, so I raced for 16 years. I think I paid my bills, I deserve to be where I am. And of course, I have enough confidence in what I've done in my life that I know that the perspective that I'm speaking from is from that of a racing driver. If you do your homework and you put in the work, you're much more comfortable on air. Whether it's reading all the articles that are out there or listening and downloading all the podcasts that you can to inform yourself. Then as a pundit myself, I like to watch back the things that I do as well to make sure that I'm delivering things in a way that are understandable to the audience, that my message is coming across clearly. So I think it's a combination of just doing your research, but also looking at yourself and seeing what you can do better. When I started racing, I went to the racetrack and people didn't look like me. And I remember I was at an event in Brands Hatch and a group of girls from an organization called Goals for Girls came. They were just so baffled, firstly, that women could race, but they were even more baffled that a woman of color could race. That for me was a real coin drop moment, because I remember when I was young, I was really lucky that the year that I started racing, which was 2007, was the same year that Lewis entered Formula One. And so he very quickly became an identifiable role model for me. And I know how crucial that is, and sometimes that's what kept me going in moments. To find myself 16 years down the line at a racetrack and young girls were looking up to me, all of a sudden it became about the bigger picture. So I think that was a real turning point for me. I think women's sport is in such a positive space. Obviously, we've seen so much growth in women's sport over the last, say, 5 years. I think there are a few factors that need to change, and perception is still one of them. We don't have enough women entering the sport at young ages, or any sports, shall I say, at young ages. And that has a lot to do with perception and how parents view what girls should and shouldn't be doing. A lot of people feel like the problem is bigger than them and that they can't help. I always say to people that the easiest way to help is buy tickets, turn your tellies on and watch women's sports, because the numbers don't lie and they make a big difference. So if we could just have more people watching, more people investing, and more parents putting their kids into sports that may not be conventional, we'll be in a great place. What is next? Good question. Motherhood is a big step in my life. I think I've always sacrificed my personal life for my professional life, and it's very difficult to strike that balance, and I'm actually so excited about motherhood because I think it's going to slow me down a little bit in a way that I think I desperately need. Still want to be an empowered woman, I want to keep going out there and doing my thing and being myself and being true to myself, and things will evolve naturally, but I'm only going to take it one step at a time and see as it comes, what feels right. And for once in my life, I can say I'm where I want to be.